So we saw in the buffers video how Lightwave can render out all of these different elements of an image as separate buffers that can be recombined in compositing. We mentioned, of course, how the usual reason for wanting to do this is so that you can create adjustments to the image in post, so give things a bit of a color cast or a bit of extra blur, but only in certain elements and not others, and therefore you're able to massage your render in post without the time expense of having to go back, change settings and re-render the entire thing. Lightwave also gives us the ability, however, to create lighting buffers. So here we see I've got a basic scene with a couple of different lights. I've got an area light here, over there is a spherical, and this little guy is a spotlight. So let's pop open the properties. I've currently got the area light selected here, and you'll notice that one of the options it has is buffer group. If we click on that, you'll see that we get this option, create new group. So let's just create some group. Let's just call this softs, shall we? And that has now created this group. So I can select another light. Say that I select my spherical light there, and I can add that to the same buffer group. Another place that I could do this would be in the buffers tab here of the render properties. If I come to edit, I've got an option here, create light group. So let's call that, I don't know, LG2, shall we? And we see if I select my light there, that is the spotlight, and I go to its buffer group, you see that the LG2 option is there. If you're wanting to delete light buffer groups after they've been created, then you basically have to do it here, and you can see the different light buffer groups listed. So I've got the softs, I've got the LG2, yep, and you would just select that and delete selected light groups. But what you'll now notice if we come to our buffers is that we're able to view these different buffers for the different light groups. So I mean, I've only got basic scene with diffuse, so let's get diffuse direct. So let's get LG2 diffuse direct, and you'll see that that is showing me only the diffuse shading coming from lights that are in the LG2 buffer group. If I come over to softs and let's get also the diffuse direct, then of course you see that I'm getting the diffuse from those two lights that were in that buffer group. Of course, just like the other buffers, when you combine these in post and you add both together, then you're getting the diffuse for all of the different lights. But by separating lights out into different buffer groups like this, you can, if you desire, set things up such that your buffers give you the option in post to go back and add color cast on a light by light basis. And so once again, that is something that can help you with relighting in post and adjusting your render further without having to go back. So light groups, very simple, very easy, and another layer of control that is available for our renders.